What's up, guys? Mr. Freddy here, and today is going to be another episode on Weirdo Vlogs. And this episode, we're going to talk about the cancelled Crash Bandicoot 5. Yes, this Crash Bandicoot 5. Since, a couple of weeks ago, we finally got, leaked concept art on the cancelled Crash Bandicoot 5, since there's apparently, two different versions, one is, a bit more Psychonauts mixed with a Twin Sandy-esque game for Crash 5. And then there's this one, which is basically a crossover with Spyro the Dragon, which kind of explains, the other Elder Dragons being involved, the other version of the game, with Uka Uka being the main villain of the game. Seriously, this looks way too good to get canceled. Seriously, it looks like it could be even better than Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time, if the trying to 100% this game is a bit more easier than It's About Time. Yeah, from what I heard, trying to 100% It's About Time is a nightmare to do. So yeah, so this is one of the constant art, and it looks way too good to being scrapped for a canceled version of Crash 5. One of the versions of Crash 5 that have been canceled. So yeah, so that's that one. And for the Psychonauts type of story for Crash 5 and that other version, let me check it out first. Okay, here's the I suppose a Twin Sandy inspired version of Crash 5, since the Academy of Evil, which has previously been seen in Twin Sandy, is literally going to be somewhat like a main hub for the other version of Crash 5, which possibly just a standalone, just will be not be a crossover with Spyro. So yeah, since this is going to be legitimately be a bit more Twin Sandy inspired, since as someone who just appreciate the craziness and Twin Sanity being the best in the post Naughty Dog Crash games, it's just sad that this one has also been scrapped because Activision being Activision. Seriously, it's really it could be fun to explore the Academy of Evil as a hub area in the game. So yeah, that's all. It has the Psychonaut influences, going to the minds of the villains that Crash have fought throughout the past, Cortex, Embryo, Dingodile, I think needed Cortex, Entropy, the Komodo Brothers, Ripperoo, and Pinstripe, which he's which one of the Cosmo actually show a level based around Pinstripe. So yeah, but there's also new characters, some circus themed character and somewhat a teacher themed character. So let me check those out first. So here's one of them, which is a circus theme character, which it doesn't have a name, but since possibly could be entertaining. Circus is pretty much a entertaining place. So yeah, and this looks rather wild. With it's gonna be a classic chase type of level with Crash and Cortex have to get away from this freak show of a clown. So yeah, possibly I think this is gonna be somewhat offbeat from Crash 4, but a bit more circus themed. There's so much color around. Gosh damn, it looks rather trippy looking. So yeah, also maybe we have moments where Crash and Cortex has to do some team up type of moments, as Twin Sanity. Seriously, why the heck they canceled this version of Crash 5 alongside the other version, which is basically a crossover with Spyro. So yeah, and for the other one, so this one is a bit is as trippy as the circus theme concept level, and it actually features which yeah, I think that looks obviously an Embryo, not maybe this could be Embryo's father, I guess. But and also there's some moments where you have to jump through platforms of the possibly rooms of that school building, which has been breaking apart, and he had to like time you're jumping on those type of moments. So yeah, and yeah, this dude definitely looks like Embryo, most likely Embryo's father. So yeah, so that's that for the other concepts, which kind of focus like on Pinstripe, which is like one of the characters who's going to play like an important part of Crash 5. So let's move on to that. Okay, so here we are with the Pinstripe stuff for the 2020 inspired version of Crash 5, and yeah, there's like some mysteries that will be solved, like like these two Potaroos, which most likely be Pinstripe's parents, and there's like other stuff, like there's like a Cortex symbol in there, and Crash looks kind of confused on, what's going on here? Like is this like Pinstripe's office, or like his own, possibly someone else's rooms? We won't find out about it. So yeah, but there's like another concept art that actually focused on Pinstripe too. So let's check that out. And this one's like a bit rather crazy. This one's like pretty crazy. Like there's like there's like so much action is going on. Like the Pinstripe's henchmen are just like trying to gun down poor Crash, who's like behind the crate, which this could be like a nice callback to the Pinstripe boss from Crash Bandicoot 1, where you had to like hide behind like objects that Pinstripe won't shoot you down at. And yeah, this looks like a little bit crazy, and yeah, and also there's like, I think that looks like one of the objects you had to like, maybe you had to use like an item, just like throw it, and then like it could like knock down one of the Pinstripe's henchmen and such. So yeah, and I think there's like another cousin art that actually focused on like, I think there's like some castle theme. Let me check that out. So this one's kind of interesting, since this one, I think this takes place in a castle, I guess. I don't know whose castle is it. Possibly Cortex's castle. So we're gonna explore a level that pretty much like focuses on like Cortex's expanded backstory that was like been teased like in Crash 4 in the flashback tapes. And I think there's like some random blocks which I don't know what's their purpose. I think they're like dices, which I think there's like, I don't know if there's like based around like on luck or something, or could be like on if you actually match all those dices, there's like, so like you get like like a collectible, or like you get so many Wampa fruits. We still don't know what the purpose on these dices look like, since I think this wasn't supposed to be like Cortex's place, but maybe it's coming Pinstripes too, since since I think Pinstripe is based on those like mafia guys who's they're sometimes like kind of robbing I think casinos, I guess, but it still could be Cortex's place, because it's castle themed. So yeah, okay, let's just focus on the some cousin art for like I think like one of them for the Spire crossover version of Crash 5. So let's check that out. Okay, so could be from the Spiral crossover version of Crash 5, which I think it's like at the ice area. Don't know if it's actually like, is it Frozen Altars or like Icy Peak or Ice Cavern? I think it's like Ice Cavern, since I think the cousin art from the ice show like earlier is like more focused around like the Spiral 1 stuff. But I don't know if we get to see like the Spiral 2 and 3 stuff involved too. So yeah, and yeah, those Norks. I think that the Buckhead one, that's like the generic grunt enemy from the first game, and Nasty Nork. Oh, look what they massacred our boy Nasty. He's nothing but like a frozen statue, I guess, and Crash is just curious on who these Nork creatures are, but it's obviously one of them is Nasty Nork, because he's right there. He's right freaking there. So yeah, and also I think in the info about the scrap version of Crash 5 is like, we'll have like a more expanded backstory between Aku Aku and Uka Uka, where they used to be brothers until they become enemies, which I think that's like a classic trope on like when the two friends who used to be like allies until one of them has become evil and just kind of betrayed their own friend and kind of joined the dark side. That's like Anakin and Obi-Wan and like like Splinter and Shredder, since they used to be like friends, And I think the other example is Optimus and Megatron and Transformers. Since when they're like RM packs and D16, they're used to be better until like Megatron just like started like a rebellion against the Autobots, which kind of leads to Optimus and Megatron's downfall, where they just becomes enemies. Like after Autobots and Decepticons being founded from both Optimus and Megatron. So yeah, and the other things, and also I think that from what I heard about for the canceled Crash 5, it's gonna be a bit darker than Crash 4 by story tone, and I think the what the levels might look like, by the Twin Sandy inspired version of Crash 5, where there's like some moments that could be rather scary, which they could be good enough for like some games that look like that are aimed for like kids and families. They can have some dark stuff. Like I think a good example is like the Kirby games. They have like some darks. Some description about the final bosses, which kind of have which are rather tragic and sad. And I think the other thing is like the Sonic games. Since they always have like moments that it just like kind of surprises you that they're in a E-rated and E10 plus games. So yeah, like example is Eggman blow up half the moon, Gyro Robotnik getting executed, Mario Robotnik getting freaking shot down in Sonic Adventure 2, and the Black Arms and Shadow the Hedgehog 05. Muflas killed off Sonic and Sonic 06, almost kill him. So yeah, and I think almost all of Frontiers are kind of a bit more dreary and a bit dark, but it still have like a bit lighthearted, but it still has some bit dark stuff, like the ancients being extinct by the end. So yeah. Okay, enough rambling, so let me just end this Weirdo vlog already. So yeah, Crash 5, the canceled version of Crash 5, and like 2 of them, yeah, they have so much potential to being like possibly the best Crash game we'll ever get, but freaking Activision had to cancel it, because Crash 4 isn't a success to them, and Team Rumble just bombed, because people just didn't want to play a Crash multiplayer game that wasn't like in the same vibes as like Crash Team Racing and Crash Bash, which kind of sucks, since the Crash Bandicoot franchise and the Spiral franchise just deserves something better than become like canceled again by Activision and just like being on a hiatus for like the next couple of years. Like, come on, we need more Crash and Spiral for our lives already, just like how we need more Rayman in our lives, and possibly we need more 3D Pac-Man platformer games in our lives, since still waiting for that Pac-Man World 2 remake that's about to happen soon enough. So yeah. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this Weirdo Vlogs episode, and like and comment this video and subscribe for content. And this is Mr. Freddy here, and I hope you have a very good day. So bye.